Hello, everybody. Paul here on a Monday night. We did record this episode on Sunday, so it's already been more than 24 hours, and obviously you haven't listened to the episode yet, so you're probably listening to this at the earliest on Tuesday morning. So just wanted to jump on and apologize for the delay. This is my third, as we speak, or as I record this is my third edit of the episode, and it wasn't even particularly a tricky edit. I just kept fucking it up. Kept brain fart after brain fart. I exported the audio wrong, and then I mixed it wrong, and then I tried to put it together and it sounded terrible, and there was an echo, and so I had to delete it all, export it again, do it again. So I was up late last night doing it, and at like 1 a.m. I just said, I'm too tired to put the laptop away. And I think because I was so tired, that's why I kept messing it up. Anyway, it is now, as I say, Monday evening. And I'm nearly sure that it's good now. So I'm just going to pop this at the beginning. And again, sorry for the delay on that. But enjoy.
ChairShot Podcast coming at you here on an unusually grey but still very humid August evening. We've got a bumper edition of the show this week. We've got so much stuff to talk about. Oh my god, we've got so much stuff to talk about. We've got movies, we've got games, we've got a bumper week of AEW television to chat about. I'm one of your hosts, Barry, joined as always by the ever-dependable host. First of all, we got Joe.
Hello, everybody. And
also we got Paul.
Hello.
Okay, sounds like we're on a little bit of a delay there with Paul. Either that or he's just getting...
Oh, no, already a delay?
Well, I don't know, you reacted... Hang on now, he reacted quite quickly to me saying he's on a delay.
Yeah, he wasn't listening the first time.
So, the first time he was like... Oh, that's me. Oh, fuck. So maybe that's just a slew of reflexes.
You can hear your name on the Zoom call and you're like, huh? I don't know. Just...
How often a week do you find yourselves all doing that? I'm going to say no fewer than 10.
Yeah. I hear my name and I'm like, was that a question or are they just gonna...
I think that speaks to how needless a lot of meetings are, though. Because if there's a meeting where I actually have to do something, I'm locked in. I got my notes. All right, I've got my stuff to say. But the things like that where you hear your name, you go, oh yeah. I mean, that's the reason you're like that, though, is because just call is not important, you know. Yeah. Anyway,
am I actually on a delay though, or no?
Well, I don't really know. Hang on, I'd rather have a bowl of
Cocoa Pops.
Okay, are you doing that on purpose? That's insanely long. How fucking...
No, I'm not. Restart.
All right, listeners, hang on. Alrighty, we're back, listeners. Don't you worry about it. I mean, I can only hope that in the next few weeks, Paul might have a better internet set up. Segue into Life Guff. Paul, what's going on this week?
I have keys. Let me jangle them for you.
We just got a 200% bump from WWE fans on the podcast. They are loving that. So if you keep that going, we'd be doing great.
Yeah. We finally, the saga. I don't want to say the saga comes to an end because now it's just the start of a different saga. But episode. Well, everything we're doing to the place. So episode 4. Getting the solicitor to do something has ended. We blew up the Death Star. Gave all our money away. Now we got no money. But the keys were received in the week. And I've spent my weekend painting, basically. I just, as we started recording, I just took off my trousers. Well, it's very warm here, so I took them off, and I just realized under my jeans, legs just covered in paint. I didn't because I wear shorts when I was painting, but I just got big painty legs here, which is not nice because it's under. I got quite hairy legs, and I got paint under it.
What color?
It's sort of a grey. We're doing the sitting room, sort of a navy grey.
Bit grey.
Yeah. But it's great. It's great to finally be over. I don't need to contact that fucking solicitor ever again. which was, 11 months of torture.
Yeah.
The keys are received. And there's a big blue key ring that has the address on it. So in case, if somebody steals them, they'll know exactly
where to go.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's,
so I've taken that off. But yeah, so we went over and already dropped a ton of money on paint and painting peripherals and rollers and brushes and all of that. And now we start the slow torture of doing the edges so the paint doesn't go on the ceiling. And I've put the tape up and I took the tape off and it tore half of the paint off the ceiling. So I have to do the ceiling again. Oh no, they're painted back on the wall with white. So that's the stage we're in now. The never-ending torture of taking a place which was a bit run down and trying to make it look nice.
Who came up with the idea of having walls and ceilings a different colour? That's what I want to know. Just have it all be one colour.
That is the easiest solution for sure.
Just make it white, 100% white.
Some places very nice. Aside from painting it, I do have a little list here on my notes app. But apart from the paint, there's not a huge amount that needs doing, which is nice. Where's my notes app here? Hang on. The listeners are waiting to hear this. 3 of the radiators don't work, so they'll be replaced. The cooker hood doesn't work, that'll be replaced. We have, Barry, see if you remember this. We have a UPC connection in the sitting room.
We had one of them, and I ignorantly assumed it was universal, and our Virgin Internet connected into it. No, idiots shouldn't have thought that.
That company hasn't existed for about 20 years.
No, very long time gone company.
So that has to come out. Bathroom fan repaired or replaced. Bathroom fan doesn't work. Tomorrow I'm going to go over and check all the plugs and switches. We have a house alarm that goes beep every 2 minutes. That doesn't work and we have no code for it. So we have to get that sorted out. And some of the little connections on the windows are just like hanging off. So they're obviously not working. The intercom works, but you can't like press the button from the outside. It doesn't make any noise inside. But it's just by chance you're standing outside my apartment and I happen to pick up the receiver. We can talk. I can hear you and you can hear me. But you have no way to tell me you're outside to let you in. And the water isn't turned on because nobody's lived in the apartment for about 2 years. So it wouldn't freeze or whatever. That's all the stuff that's to be done immediately before we can start moving furniture and stuff in. So yeah, you thought paying for the apartment was the most expensive. No, the money just keeps flowing, baby.
I don't think I've ever spent as much money as the first 12 months in the gas. But I mean, like, in honesty, it is not nearly as soul destroying as some of the other. Because even if it's something super trivial, you will just forever have the feeling of, well, that's an investment. It's going into my house. Yeah. I mean, yeah. We had to get we've done like some nice stuff to the gaff, like stairs up. That's like a practical thing you can look at and go, oh, that's an addition. We spent, I don't even want to say, a stupid amount of money like getting like a drain fixed in our backyard. It was insanely expensive. And there was nothing to show out of it. You know what I mean? It was just, they dug up a bunch of ground and then they re-cemented it when they were gone. It looks identical now. It was a boring thing that had to get fixed. But again, you'll just always rationalize it. Like, well, that's still, that's not money down the drain. It's an investment in my house that I own, But yeah, I mean, it's like, as you're saying, it's like a whole new adventure, a whole new separate thing.
Yeah. Neighbors are lovely. We have a lady who's got 2 very, very old Jack Russells.
Hell yeah.
That I met, and the lady was okay as well, but the dogs were the highlight. And they kept trying to go into the apartment. She was like, "Oh, don't go in there. Don't go into the apartment." I'm like, "Them dogs is welcome. Whenever they want, they can come in and ramble around, and I'll pretend they're my dogs." And then we have, I think it's like a mother and a son who live upstairs. I met the mother on the way. She was very, very quiet. I think she might have been a Ukrainian lady. But he like plays the saxophone during the day, but it's like quietly, and it's one of those like alto saxophones, so it's quite a low, deep noise. So that's actually quite nice. I'm sure after a month it won't be, but so far while we're painting, when you have a little just very, very barely audibly coming from upstairs. is nice too. So far, so good. I'm still waiting to kind of find out what's the like surprise. There's a serial killer 2 doors down, or this is the pedophile district of Sabbath. I don't know. I'm still waiting to
Matter of fact, they're all in the paedophile district.
I'm still waiting to find out like what's going to be the bad surprise that comes along, because it seems too perfect. The price was very good. The size of the place is great. The location is great. The neighbors are all nice. There's 2 lovely dogs. Like, even though we have like it being in an apartment area, there's obviously like common grounds, but we're like on a very corner.
Okay.
So we basically have that whole corner of the garden to ourselves. We
Nice.
basically have a big garden. And I think there's only 2 3-bedroom apartments in the whole place of however many there are, 30 or so apartments in the area. And we have one of them. So that's pretty cool as well. So we have a little office that we're putting in the front. The front bedroom would be an office, basically. So yeah, it's all going good, but that's why I'm kind of late. I mean, listeners don't know that I was late to the podcast, but I was over at the apartment painting today. And that's why I was late, and that's why I got paint on my leg.
Painting is the only thing I can't really put a nice spin on. You know what I mean? Like, you spend a lot of money doing up the house, like, well, that's an investment. Painting sucks. Painting fucking sucks. I hate painting. I fucking hate painting. But also, it's very important that you do it, because, I mean, our place when we got it was a rental previously, so it was just landlord grey everywhere. I mean, God, but I fucking hate painting.
We have one of those where they obviously didn't care about painting carefully, so all the like sockets have like the old color all around the edges of them. The doors are like half one color, half the other color, and so yeah, we're trying as best as we can to kind of fix that. But yeah, so far so good.
Amazing. Well, that's going to be a recurring segment, certainly. The new adventures of Paul. The
new adventures of Paul.
The new adventures of Paul. I was trying to think of a word for in a house, but
domestic Paul.
Domicile. That's the word I was trying to fucking use. Paul in his domicile. God, I was trying to get fancy. And what happened, folks? Dead air. Couldn't think of the fucking word I was trying to use. That's why you got to keep the humor in the toilet. All right?
Yeah.
Because that just comes naturally, much like poopy out of my bum. Okay? Joe, life guff this week. I mean, Paul's had some good news. You're going to keep it flowing, I assume.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
my bum. Yeah,
I've got good news and bad news. So,
go on.
Good news is I do have to get up early tomorrow. Bad news is I got laid off on Friday lunchtime.
Ridiculous.
So there you go.
The old cowardly Friday news drop as well.
I know it's the. Can we jump on a quick call?
Oh, God.
Yeah. Very quick, I imagine. And then so that happened, and then locked out of Slack within the hour.
God.
So
Man,
that's good. But then the good news is no handover. I don't have to work for next month, so I get paid 6
fair
weeks.
enough.
Got 6 weeks money, no work to do. So it's sort of you take the rough with the smooth, because no money, but now I don't have to work.
I mean, yeah.
I hate working, so that's great. I hate it. I really hate it.
But you do like money, though.
But I do like the money. That's the other thing. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But after 2.5 years at the old podcast, so things come to an end. So I mean, I'd say the high point was us getting 18 months of free
for free
podcast software so far. So that's good. That's good. We'll see what happens when that runs out, if we stick with them.
It comes with free podcast software. That's good. You're no longer employed. That's bad.
That's bad. So we'll see what happens.
Paul's on a 1 hour delay. That's good.
Oh, dearie me. Well, anyway, best of luck with the search. And as always because my better half got laid off there not that long ago. Obviously, you want to start the job hunt, but like, take a couple of days of lions, just make the most of that. Make the most of that. Catch up on the Z's.
Can't wait to start chat GPTing my resume to tailor it to jobs. That'll be good. I'll just pop that in. That didn't exist the last time I was applying, so that's good. That's a bonus.
And look, obviously, to make things easier, folks, of course, this is now the launch of the Patreon, the ChairShot Podcast Patreon, from 3 blokes who sometimes can't be bothered to do one show a week.
Sometimes don't even sync the audio.
It's out of sync. But don't have a go at me. It doesn't really work. I did. They were doing it. doing the podcast from 3 tins on a string for, about 8 years, I believe it was.
Do you like podcasts with someone typing furious in the background? You love the ChairShot Podcast.
Let me just mention, I will mention this as a shoot ski. We do have a donate button if people do want to donate. We've never brought this up. We've never I think it's been up for 3 or 4 months. Never brought it up because, I don't like to be that kind of person, But
this is not about the money. We're not in it for them.
I tell you what, lots of people say that. Never has anything been more obvious and truthful than us saying we're not in it for the money when you listen to this show. I think that's quite obvious. But
I do pay for the URL and we have a lot of free, which is handy. That does help us do this for 16 years. The fact that our website hosting is free and the podcast software we use is free. And so
Microsoft Paint is free.
Yeah. But there are some costs. So if you don't want to donate, that's cool. Don't donate. I'm not going to donate. Fuck it. But if you go to ChairShotPodcast.com, you'll see in the top left-hand corner there is a donate button. Go ahead and give a little donation if you feel like 15 years of joy is deserving of some recompense.
And little, if you want little Tiny Tim, Joe's, if you wanted to go to him, you can smash that button. Right.
Yeah. Whatever is left after all the payments will go to Joe. That'll be 0.5% of all proceeds.
So send us your fucking money.
I pay for a fucking URL because I mean, this is years ago. This is fucking pre-COVID. The last time I wrote something. It's just like a blog spot that I wanted to slap a normal URL on, and obviously I don't use it anymore. But I've kept the URL because, of course, once you get that sickness of buying URLs, like, well, I want to have it forever. Yeah. I haven't posted that, but I still pay for that every year. That's
you could link it to your Twitch page or something instead.
Oh, can I do that? I'm so lazy. I'm so goddamn lazy.
I get that. You probably have this as well, same as I do. Is I forget that I pay for it until I get the GoDaddy.com email and I go, Jesus fucking hell, it costs that much? And then I forget about it for another 2 years. And then I get the email and I go, fuck, look how much that shit costs.
Yeah.
And that cycle has been going on now for, when did we get the website? Like, .com. Must be like 10 years ago?
10 years, over 10 at this stage, I'd say, yeah, God.
That's why you should donate, listener.
So that's Life Guff for the week. We have a bit of wrestling chit chat to get to. You talked about SummerSlam Night 1, Paul. Did you watch Night 2?
No, I was doing this podcast and then I was watching Man United game.
Oh, you're watching the Man United game? Okay. Well, I mean, you missed a great show by all accounts.
I watched, I think I watched the main event, and then that put such a bad taste in my mouth that I will probably never watch another WWE product again.
Ooh.
I mean, before we get to the big post-match thing, I think it's worth pointing out, following our conversation last week, so the John Cena face turn was in fact not a fake out, and they quite literally were just like, well, that was bad. Anyway, that was bad, folks.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to go down. That is going to go down as one of the all-time fumbles and one of the all-time fuck-ups.
And completely unnecessary. They could have done face Cena versus face Cody as a dream match. Didn't need to change it.
I mean, it probably won't be considered as big a fumble as like the Invasion, because like the Invasion, I mean, that was way more money pissed down the Swanee. But I mean, this was so.
I mean, creatively for me, it's on the same level.
I think that's fair.
Oh, creatively worse, probably, isn't it? Because
probably worse. Yeah.
He said it's something.
There was some cool moments in the Invasion.
Yeah.
I know we make this reference all the time, but in terms of open goals, this was Diana Ross at the '94 World Cup. Just missing the goal by about 4 goal lengths.
And then the goal breaks in half and she runs through it.
Yeah.
But then, of course, the big story then, of course, coming out was the return of Brock Lesnar at the end of the show. And the funny thing about this, right? I mean, I think we've talked about this. I'm so over people who watch WWE but who then cry when like a problematic person shows up. That ship has so thoroughly sailed, especially because we don't even have this on the rundown. The ESPN deal's coming out. It's about to get even more expensive to watch WWE. It has never been easier to do anything else with your time. It's expensive. There's 15 hours of it a week. And there's an entire world out there. I was about to say loads of wrestling. There's also a million just other things you could be doing.
Yeah.
These people who have to act like I'm virtuously watching WWE, but it really upsets me when Logan Paul is on Raw. It's just, it's so irksome. But yeah, I mean, people say that the WWE went like mask off in the last year or so. And I kind of get where they're coming from, because you had Paul in the White House, of course, during the week, which we didn't put in the rundown either. That was great. Another great one. Another bastion of good health there for the fitness regime. So you had that whole thing. People are like, oh, they're so mask off. They are, but they're simultaneously also really cowardly, because we also then had the finger pointing game of whose idea it was for Brock to come back. Triple H said it was Cena, which was the most lyingest lie I've ever told in the history of pro wrestling, aka the lying business. And then Cena, in as polite a way as possible, basically said that wasn't true, and had some line along the lines of "I play whatever they deal me" type thing, essentially saying I absolutely did not request that. And then Michael Cole on Raw had a really bizarre line about Nick Khan calling Brock that made no real sense within the context of an episode of Raw. So like they're cheeky enough to bring him back, but they're also kind of like, oh, well, it wasn't my idea. I didn't say to bring him back. It's so mealy mouth. It's so pathetic.
But they're also doing like a John Cena Logan Paul match at the next pay-per-view. So
yeah, because so that, I mean, she was told in the already not credible story that like Cena insisted that Brock come back. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, very shameless. The latest in a long line of very shameless things. But good things. But there's karma in this world, lads, and they'll get what's coming to them. Sorry, I'm touching my earpiece here. What's that? Even more money. Oh, even more money they've gotten. So we got the news this week of the ESPN deal. Which is, now I was not aware of this, but ESPN is apparently launching a streaming thing, right? Not to be confused with the streaming thing they already have, right? They have a streaming thing and they have their cable thing. This is another thing that geniusly, I believe, is just being called ESPN, which is not confusing at all.
So they already have a streaming platform.
Yeah, they have ESPN Plus, which is what UFC is on. And that's the yoke where you have to subscribe to buy the UFC shows. But then the UFC shows also have the individual price tag on them. This is not that, basically. So it's a direct-to-customer thing. And I mean, look, again, the WWE, they as much as the flames have been digitally added by Channel 6, a.k.a. the ChairShot Podcast around Nick Khan, I mean, the savviest thing he ever did was ditch hosting their own network and selling the rights to the pay-per-views and the stuff to these people, because we're still in the stage where these companies are like ravenous for original content. They must have original live content, and WWE is just cleaning up on this. So the pay-per-views, or PLEs, will be on this ESPN yoke, whatever it ends up being called, in March of next year, and that's the end of the Peacock deal for WWE. And I don't know what the exact percentage is, but the Peacock deal I think was around $1 billion for the duration that deal lasted, and I think this ESPN one is like a 1.3. Am I getting that number right? They have made money on this one over the already gargantuan Peacock deal, but it is going to be £30 a month. And it doesn't look like they're going to do the UFC thing. You don't have to buy the WWE shows. So not yet.
Don't be surprised if that.
But don't be surprised. So it is going to be £30 a month, and it is going to. There is speculation that it's going to have ads as well. So like WrestleMania with ads.
Oh, what? Imagine that.
Yeah. Other than the ones they put in themselves by choice.
WrestleMania is already 50% ads.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, but now your ads have ads.
I mean, I know it's getting pretty bad over here. The Americans, if you want to watch live sports, forget live sport. If you just want to watch WWE, you have to have the CW. You have to have USA, which I believe are on different tiers of I think CW is broadcast, is it? I might be getting that wrong. I'm not sure. USA is, of course, cable. You have to have Netflix, which, of course, I mean, we've all canceled. And Netflix is fucking insanely expensive for some of the worst shit you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then you already needed to have Peacock. You can now bin Peacock and get a thing that costs 3 times as much as Peacock in March.
But then, how can you watch the NXT PLEs, Barry?
Yes.
Don't know yet, but we'll charge you money. Anyway.
Don't know yet. So yeah, that's actually a good. Yeah, so NXT is not included. Your takeovers or whatever they're called these days. That is not included in this ESPN yoke. And you have to imagine they're getting shopped around, and maybe it'll be Prime, maybe it'll be XYZ, but purely for the Schadenfreude. I mean, I hope it's a once again separate service, and not like Netflix or ESPN. I hope it goes to like Disney Plus or something. So yeah, there you go. But this is also like an insight into everything's streaming's future. I mean, it's just, the prices are going up. If you care about sports in particular, which I'm so glad I don't, because it seems like if you care about sports, you are just getting railroaded on these services every fucking year. There's a new development.
We've been used to that with Sky Sports and BT Sports already for
yeah. This league is on this. You have to have traditional cable to watch X. You got to have this to watch that.
I will say though, Brock Lesnar did do nothing illegal.
I'm hearing that. That is what I've been told constantly, almost as if it's some variety of company line that's been pushed out. Yeah. So ridiculous. So ridiculous.
So I will not be watching, or probably, after this podcast, aside from Vince McMahon dying, we can all take the victory lap on that. I'm going to put a judgment down here. You guys feel free to abide by it or not. I'm not even going to talk about WWE anymore.
Yeah.
Woo. Fair. I'm not stoked to talk about the contract negotiations for Carry On Cross.
God. That's the work, isn't it? I heard.
I don't know. Who cares?
Anyway, sorry.
Go on.
I already broken the rule. We're not talking about that anymore unless something monumental happens.
Yes, earth shattering.
If you enjoy that and you watch that show, okay,
fuck off.
You sorry. You and I are not compatible. No, are not compatible humans.
Is this your Hinge bio?
Swipe left.
Sorry. Swipe left if you're a man under 6 foot, and also if you like WWE.
Saying I was in the IRA was one thing, but WWE fan. Well,
okay. Let's not talk about the troubles. All right, that's a bit divisive. What do you think about SmackDown this week?
I just feel like if you're a good person and you see what this company does flagrantly in terms of money grabbing, in terms of Donald Trump arse kissing, in terms of piss freak returning, etc., etc., etc. Plus, it's been shit this year on top of the cake of all that bad stuff. I mean, I don't know what to say. Like it's.
I like to clear my conscience by reminding everyone I stopped watching WWE TV in 2016. Even 3 years before AEW started, I had already stopped watching Raw and SmackDown because it was just so bad. I did watch the pay-per-views obviously for quite a few years, but yeah, it's coming up a decade since I watched Raw or SmackDown.
I do think it's fair to say that WWE was very hot the last few years in terms of like the TV quality improved drastically with the whole blood.
Sure, oh yeah.
But it's been fucking atrocious this year. WWE fans themselves will tell you that SmackDown is like unwatchable. Yeah. The whole John Cena storyline botched to an insane degree. Like the roses or the bloom is well and truly off that rose. Like, so in terms of, okay, all this bad stuff continues to happen, but it's really good and I can't stop watching. I mean, I don't even think that argument's there.
No.
So, yeah. So that'll be the end of that. So that'll cut out.
Yeah, and I don't think Brock Lesnar returning on its own was like the worst thing that's ever happened, but it is a bit of a straw that broke the moment for me.
It does feel a little bit kind of waving it in your face, doesn't it? I mean, it just feels very kind of like, what are you going to... But I've said that I feel like everything they do is like, what are you going to do about it? Because they know. It's like, what are you going to do about it? Like I was saying earlier, it's these people who watch and then get indignant, and like 6 out of their 500 tweets during Raw is giving out about it.
And I know it's not as easy for people to just up and leave the company, but for all the people who have been so forward about their, political support this, whether it's Palestine or gay or trans rights or and for them to just be like, I'll keep working there.
Yeah, I saw some fucking tweet doing the rounds, like a screen grab of like, Big E looking cross on the post show after Brock. I'm like, fuck off. I'm done with people looking cross and funny little tweets and
shaking my head on the post show. People know I don't agree with it.
Yeah. Like just so over it, completely over.
And I know it's not easy for people to walk away from a big paycheck, or whatever. But like, you have to look in the mirror at the end of the day, and CM Punk might as well tweet himself about the dirty blood money, to be honest.
To himself, yeah. So there you go. So that'll put a cap on that for foreseeable. In a slightly more banterous and traditional pro wrestling news, we had some good old fashioned drama in the AEW lock.
Very interesting timing that all came out, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah, very funny. But also to me, this was such a non-story when you really get down to it. This is just shades of Owl Terry looking up and smiling at this news. This is just a load of "that doesn't work for me, brother," which is as common as a wrist lock in hashtag this business.
Mm-hmm.
For anyone who didn't see it, it seemed like so. There's been whispers for ages about the Hurt Syndicate possibly rubbing people the wrong way in AEW, and MVP very much life imitating art. He is for lack of a term, he is their manager. And he does a little bit of, don't know about that one when certain things are pitched to the Hurt Syndicate. That's been bubbling under for a while. The Fightful report came out this week going into it a little bit. This is really funny, right? So they were pitched on losing the titles to FTR, obviously at All In previously and at the forthcoming Forbidden Door, right? And they were, and allegedly what was suggested was, well, we don't really want to lose to like such an established older team like FTR. So like, but we would be so happy to lose like young up and coming guys like the GOA, the Outrunners, and who was the other one? There was another a Private Party. And I was like, this really is classic. This is Hogan level. I don't know. MVP sat under the right trees because he really knows what he's doing. Like saying, but I'm happy to lose, and just naming three people that. Obviously, you were never, ever going to lose the title to these people. It was a farce
that you've already beaten like a drum.
That they've already beaten. It's like Private Party. Everyone kind of assumes they're 1 foot out of the fucking company. Like, it's such a funny, but I don't have jobitis because I'm willing to lose to these people you are obviously not putting the title on. It's a great bit. It's a fucking great bit. And then there was a story that also, just a side note, MVP doesn't like Sweetball Mike Bailey, which was very funny. As just to think about him sitting there playing Balatro on his phone and MVP like taping his fists,
and they did a little video together.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it's funny. I think it's not a coincidence that MVP, someone very critical of Triple H in WWE, and Sean Benjamin, someone who called Hulk Hogan a fucking racist before he died. It's them that are the ones that are getting the leaked stories about them. Isn't that an interesting coincidence that it's them? It's been singled out by...
Especially when WWE are getting pillared with by all this.
Whoever Sean Ross's source is, Paul L, I think it is.
That's too obvious.
No. P. Levesque.
T Game.
I'm not going to give you his full name. I'll just give you his initials. It's HHH.
I won't say who it is. It's just some guy who like seems to like never be seen publicly with his wife. No, wait, hang on now. That's wrong.
He's called the Brainy Killer or something.
So that's a funny story. I mean, there's not really too much to it. I mean, is there really? I mean, because also when things like that break, I'm just like, they're stars. They do that. You know what I mean? It's funny.
I mean, if a story came out about them being involved in some sex trafficking or something, then that would be some other story. That'd be something very serious, though. I would look very poorly. Yeah. Oh, WWE did that. Sorry.
Ooh. So that was the big AEW gossip from the week. Also in the AEW news, we did have Buddy Matthews. I was just wondering where he was actually prior to this story breaking, because obviously Brody has found kind of a new niche for himself. And I was like, where is Buddy? I forgot he was injured at Grand Slam in Australia. And he posted an Instagram update there earlier in the week, coming out of surgery. It was ankle surgery, so I guess he had some variety of ankle injury. So he posted.
Well, that's what he rolled it right before the Okada match at in the Australia show. Do you not see the clip of that when it happened?
I feel like in real time I probably did.
He was making his entrance and he jumped off the second rope and rolled his ankle really badly. And
God, AEW's had such rotten luck with little
just off nothing. Just
people just doing little hops and rolling their ankles or exploding their legs and just.
Well, I know, I'm not a big muscly 250-pound man, but when I hurt my ankle the other year playing football, that had me out for like a year before it was properly healed. So I know ankles can be serious,
Yeah. Nasty, especially for a guy like himself who's like so like athletic and high flying and stuff like that. But yeah, I've enjoyed his stuff in AEW. Hopefully he's back soon, but does seem kind of nasty. Ligament tear, it seemed like it was.
Yeah, and like even for me, like 6 months after it happened, I was still kind of limping around, So I mean, if it was anything similar, it sucks,
Okay, that is the wrestling news for the week. Features. We have an email this week. Let's take a look at the emails before we do our fantasy update.
Yes, we got an email. Subject the O2 Arena. This is from our good friend, the boss, Richard Ross.
Hell yeah.
He says, Joe, as a veteran of the O2 Arena, do you have any tips for attending Forbidden Door? Are any of the on-site eateries worth a visit, or is it better to go elsewhere? He says they're already planning a Shake Shack Canary Wharf visit for the Saturday, and transport's not an issue as they're staying nearby at the XL Arena. Okay, well, that's very convenient. Shake Shack, well, if you've not had that before, I'd say worth going to. Bit expensive for what it is, but it's quite nice.
Yeah.
In terms of on-site eateries, so in the arena is kind of a complex. So you go in and you don't immediately go into the arena. There's a whole kind of complex with restaurants, cinema, shopping center, and everything kind of outside the arena bit. So within that, you've got your usual stuff. It's a lot of every chain restaurant you've ever seen in England or America is probably there. That is mainly what it is, which is not bad. It's your Five Guys, your kind of chicken places. You got lovely Weatherspoons if you want to drink some really cheap beer and eat some shit. All of that kind of stuff. So if that's what you're after, then definitely you can get there a little bit early and check out one of those places. If not, I'd recommend maybe going to like Canary Wharf for a restaurant or somewhere around Docklands. There's plenty of good places there. Once you get into the actual arena, once you go through the ticket check, the food is the usual massively overpriced shite, to be honest. It's £18 for burger and chips or whatever, it's that kind of stuff. So I would not recommend eating in there. To be honest, I wouldn't recommend drinking in there either, given the prices, but you don't have much choice. Again, obscenely expensive. So yeah, I would say if you want to just quickly grab something, usually you can get to one of the restaurants in the O2, but don't bother eating once you get past the ticket check. Ticket check is pretty good, actually. They're very quick. And they have, rather than metal detectors or anything like that, they have this new like AI scanner. I don't know how it works, but you kind of just walk through, like you don't stop, you don't have to queue, you just walk straight through and somehow the AI scans you and decides if you're a bomber or not. On you. I don't know.
All right, Paul, don't go there because I feel like the AI will not be kind to you or I.
Oh dear.
The old probabilities.
I won't be doing the Northern Ireland accent as I walk through.
So yeah, the actual, and then the arena's pretty good. It's a very kind of easy to navigate arena. Very good. He also says, does it take long for the tube to clear after the show? We have tickets with take-home chairs. It's doing well. And we're thinking of a taxi, but wouldn't mind saving a fortune if the tube clears quickly. It does. It's actually pretty quick after the show. It's not really like Wembley where you're there for hours. If you wanted to hang back in the arena, like once you get out, you could probably wait half an hour at the arena and then get the tube. I think it runs that late. But yeah, it clears pretty quickly. And actually, once you get on the tube, it's not that busy. Usually we get a seat when we come out of a concert or whatever. So yeah, I would say maybe either rush to get to the front or hang back for a bit, and it'll probably clear pretty quickly. So that's Mr. Dickie Doss, Richard Ross, on his way to Forbidden Door. So
useful information on the ChairShot podcast ahead of
we got all that
ahead of the Forb Door coming your way in a few weeks.
None of us are any of us going to Forbidden Door?
Oh man,
Joe's going.
Yeah. The FOMO settling in. Looks like a good show, but just couldn't swing it.
I think it's one of those. Yeah, if I'm not like, I don't have the all-in feeling for it. I'm not like, oh my god, I can't Forbidden Door in 2 weeks. Oh my god, like I don't feel like that. I'm kind of like excited, but not like, oh my god.
Well, all in is a different.
It's a different beast. So yeah, next year for Wembley.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah, I think if the apartment situation were different, I might go along. But again, the money that's being pumped into that at the moment, give them this for a year. Okie doke, very good.
What's the fantasy sitch?
Okay, well, you might recall in last week's fantasy update, Barry and Joe got loads of points while I got none. I'm sure that situation has changed this week. Let me have a little look here. Baby. Joe, let me just count up here. 16 points. Barry, 22. Paul, 4. Okay, we're not doing fancy anymore this year, boys. We're dropping WWE and we're dropping... okay, let me just have... How many matches in the last 5 weeks have we all had? Joe, 34. Barry, 43. Paul, 19. Ooh, not looking great. So yeah, that's kind of where we... Joe... FTR just every week. Winning every week, it looks like.
Good signings. Top guys.
Megan Bain with a win as well. And MJF, Mark Briscoe, obviously you were guaranteed some points in that one. I only had Mike Bailey wrestle this week twice. Once on Dynamite, didn't win. Once on Collision, did win. So 4 points from me. Ooh, baby. And then Kyle Fletcher with a title defense, 6 points.
Hell yeah.
Hangman, Ricochet, Bandito, and Tekla all winning as well. It's very...
nice. I don't know. I'm looking at these points. I had kind of written the year off, but 90 points behind Paul.
Yeah.
I'm closer to you than you are to Barry.
Yes.
So
the wheels are starting to fall off my team a little bit. I've had... My average for the last 2 weeks is 1 point per show, which is not great.
Damn.
Kyle Fletcher is now the 4th top scorer in the whole gimmick as well on 98.
Yeah,
so he's very close to becoming the 4th cross 100, which I think I mentioned last week. What a great second pick that was, Kyle Fletcher. Really, really great. Along with Ospreay, Hanger, and Tony Storm, they're the big scorers this year. Powerhouse Hobbs and Lashley also on over 90 points, although Lashley presumably going to lose the tag belt soon, so he'll be hit a bit of a minus. Question mark on the trios belt. In fact, Joe, the fact that Samoa Joe has been injured kind of helps that there's not much risk of them losing the belts anytime soon.
Yeah.
They just never do anything with these belts. It's crazy.
It's crazy that since Samoa Joe got taken out at All In, they've still not mentioned.
They haven't even
what's happening with those belts.
When Shibata came out on Collision with the belt, I was like, "Is that a fucking Rev Pro belt?"
I was like, "Did he win a belt in Japan or something?"
Yeah, I was like, "What? Did he go back to Japan in the time since I last saw? What the fuck was that?" But I really hoped when now, fair enough, Joe is injured promoting the TV show. I guess is what he's actually doing. But like, fair enough, they did that. But like, even like, I was really hoping when the Ops won that they would re-energize this has been such a missed opportunity. These titles have been such a missed opportunity,
especially that at the moment they have seemingly tons of trios.
Yeah, tons of teams. Yeah, rubbish. No movement from my new boy Nick Wayne just yet.
No,
but, I'm still confident on that.
Mark Briscoe up to 28 matches as well. He looks like he's this year's Orange Cassidy in terms of just wrestles a ton.
Yeah.
Fletcher and Takeshita on 25. Obviously, Takeshita is going to hopefully be back soon. He's missed basically the whole of the last month, let's say, with the G1. So I'll be looking for him to come back soon. He is still like 7th in this total scoring, given that he's been missed like 4 or 5 weeks is quite good. So
is his block done yet in the G1?
No. I also, by the way, I haven't watched today's New Japan, so I don't know.
Okay, I don't know what's
happening with A Block. No,
I was just about to spoil the results. I'm glad you said that.
I don't know. No, the Takeshita one is on the 13th, so that's on Wednesday, I think.
Wednesday.
So yeah, that's your fancy update. We all still have. I need to update Barry. You've only got 4 trades left, not 5. You've used 3 transfers now. And then Joe and myself have 2 each. I was starting to look at doing some transfer, but I think we still have like 5 months left. Let's hold off for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I was starting to look at, is there some value to doing some trades, especially that I've got no points basically over the last 2 weeks at all. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm looking in this free agent pool here.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some names, but none that they're making you
know. I still like to look at Mox. If I'm going to do a trade, I might pick Moxley up. But
yeah, I mean, you would kind of think post losing the title they'd give him.
But I mean, he has picked up some wins lately. I mean, I think there is still some value in Mox, but we will see.
Although I feel like surely he's losing to Darby in that whole program. But
I already have Darby, so that would be nice.
Oh, you already have Darby? Okay, yeah.
I have Darby. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, there's some interesting names in the open in the pool.
Yeah.
Thanks as always, Paul, for maintaining that.
Cool.
Do we have a Wordl-ow?
We do. We have another Wordl-ow. This is week 3.
Fabulous.
I have the wrestler already picked out. So we listeners might remember the rules. This is a little bit like Wordle. The guys have to guess who the mystery wrestler is. They've got 6 guesses, and for each guess, I will tell them where they are in relation to the age, build height, build weight, the first letter of the wrestler's name, and the TV debut year. So please, crack on.
Alrighty. Okay, thinking again, as we always do, Joe, I think we're going middle of the pack, going for like a kind of someone in the 30s, kind of mid-range of the weight.
Yeah.
What about, just to start us rolling here, what about Katsuyori Shibata?
Fair enough. Let's go for it.
Okay, Katsuyori Shibata. Let me look him up here. Shibata-san.
Did he have new music on Collision, by the way?
No. I thought, well, we'll get to Collision, but I thought it was somebody else coming out, but I think it was his normal music.
Do you think did they edit it or something, or just tweak it or something? I don't know. It didn't sound.
I don't know. So Katsuyori Shibata is 45.
Oh wow, he's older than I thought.
Looking good. I mean,
good.
I guess because he's been out for so long, doesn't quite have as many bumps on the clock. He's 45. We're looking for a younger wrestler here, folks.
Okay.
He is 6 foot tall, apparently. We're looking for a taller wrestler, please. Shibata is listed as 209 pounds. We're looking for a lighter wrestler. Shibata's obviously name starts with a K. We're looking for a wrestler with a name which starts earlier in the alphabet. And Shibata made his debut in New Japan Wrestling. Has him listed here as making his debut in October 1999. So this wrestler debuted after 1999. Okay. Got all that?
Okay. So younger, taller, lighter, earlier than K, and debuted after New Japan. Joe, I have a name here in my head. I don't know if anything's jumping out at you.
No, nothing really.
So I'm just thinking. No, actually, that's wrong. Okay, never mind. Okay, brilliant. Okay, the letter. I just like last week. I was neglecting the letter. Okay,
you were thinking Ric Flair.
No, I was thinking Nick Wayne, because he's tall and taller than 6 foot, but lighter than 209 is interesting to me. I was like, who's a lanky fella? And I was thinking, who's a gangly
wrestler?
Okay, so a gangly fella with a letter after earlier than K in the alphabet.
Got A, B, Alan, Adam, Bob, Brett, John.
We had a John last week.
John Moxley.
L, we could have Leo Rush isn't.
And that's after K as well.
Oh yeah, I've done it again.
Well, should we just narrow down the letter again?
Yeah,
Go for
okay.
a D or an E.
Yeah, okay.
Eric, what's his name? Eric Young. No, actually, how old is he? Like,
He's like 45 as well.
yeah, we want someone young whose name begins with E, like
Ember
Moon. No, actually not.
that would be very. I don't think that he'd give us that one.
Again, I just
more than 6 foot.
I remind you, the name that I use is the name which is the title of their Wikipedia article.
What? Okay, he's definitely heavier than 209. But what about Big Bill?
Big Bill, taller than 6 foot. Was he 35?
He must be in his 30s, I'd say. Yeah, early 30s, 34 maybe.
Yeah.
Obviously, he'll weigh more, and we'd like to close the gap a bit more.
The debut is good because when would he have debuted? Probably
like 2014,
2014. Yeah, that's quite good. If it's between them, yeah.
Although I'm wondering what his Instagram, his Wikipedia might be. I'd say it's probably still Big Bill. We're going to go Big Bill. Paul.
Big Bill. Large William.
William Morrissey. Big Cass.
Yeah. Big Bill is his Wikipedia page is Big Bill.
Excellent.
That's good.
He is 38 years old.
Really? Looking well. Another fella looking well. Looking
the best he's ever looked at this.
I would agree.
He's peaked. We're looking for somebody younger than 38.
Okay.
Wow.
Big Bill, build height 6'10". So we're looking for someone smaller than that.
Okay, so not a 7-footer. Okay, good.
No. His weight is listed as 276. So again, you know that we're looking for less than that. B, we are looking for later in the alphabet than a B.
Right.
And he debuted on NXT television in June 2013. So we are looking for an earlier debut than that.
Okay, so younger than 38, between 6 and 6'10", lighter than 209, between B and K, and debuted after 1999 but before 2013.
Oh, before was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's a 14-year little
window there.
Little window. So we're looking. I mean, it could be an Attitude Era, or it could be a Ruthless. I think we need to pin down that age just to try.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's there could be a 10-year or 12-year veteran.
Yeah. I'll remind you and the listeners that we always use an active wrestler for this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not somebody who's retired.
Okay, so I'm thinking of C's and D's. Okay. Christian Cope, Dax, the Axe.
Well, that. No, over 6 foot.
But again, wrestling build height, I could see him being billed at 6'1".
That's a shirt, isn't it?
That's farcical, but I could see it being true in wrestling. Again, Adam Cole is billed at 6 foot tall. Okay.
Who else is a D? David.
Daddy ass.
David. Daniel Garcia.
Daniel Garcia, yeah, he's kind of lanky. He's kind of small.
Could be Daniel Garcia.
Daniel Garcia is a good one.
He's more than 6 foot, younger than 45. He's quite light.
He's quite stringy, yeah. Debuted post. I feel like he wouldn't have debuted before 2013.
He might have been an early one.
But
do you want to go anyway? Because he's quite.
Yeah, that'll give us. That'll
narrow a lot of the boxes.
We're gonna go Danny G here, Paul.
Okay, Danny Garcia, commentator extraordinaire.
Yeah. Oh god.
Danny Garcia is 26 years old.
Youngster. Wow.
So we are looking for someone older than Danny Garcia. Build height 6 foot.
Okay.
On the dot ski. So you've already had a 6 foot, so you know this. Looking for someone taller than 6 foot. Danny Garcia's build weight is 187. I'll just put on the file here. 187. We are looking for someone heavier than 187. First letter is a D. We have a match. Perfect. D is the correct letter. And he debuted on TV in TV debut was
AEW
2021.
Okay, damn. Okay.
So no good there. We're looking for earlier than that.
Okay. Okay. Dax, Darby,
someone who's about 200 pounds, over 6 foot. They're in their 30s, probably, or late 20s. But I've been around a while.
Yeah, earlier than 2013. That is.
So they debuted in 2012. Even if they're 38, I suppose that's 26. Not that old. Not that young.
Yeah, so 26 to 38 is our range.
Name starts with a D. Desmond Wolfe. Derek Bateman.
Derek Bateman.
Ding dong. The Drax. Drax the Destroyer.
Yeah.
He might weigh differently on a different planet.
Yes.
Possibly. And I think we got to narrow down age or debut.
Yeah. And I'm like, because I'm thinking Derby, but obviously that's so much of that is wrong. Like he also by these metrics, I think he would also be debuting in like 2019. So that he's no good.
Derby. I think there's some D's at WWE. Oh.
Yeah.
Damien Demento.
Damien Sandow. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
Yes.
I don't think she debuted prior to 2013.
I don't think she's taller than 6 foot.
No.
Probably. Daddy.
Don Callis. He's not younger than 38.
Anthony Bowen. That's an A.
Dante Martin. No. Pre-13. No.
No. Dollar. Dilly dollar. Who else is there?
I mean, there's no harm in guessing some names, just to get more info anyway.
Yeah, but I was struggling to even...
Yeah, because you're looking at a 12-year age range you're still looking at here.
Yeah.
10-inch height range.
So we've had 3 guesses. Well, we got 3 more.
You had 3 guesses. Yeah, you got 3 more. Yeah.
So do we want to pick someone who's right in the mid? So that's 26 to 38. So like someone who's 32-ish. Who's like 30? Osprey. He's taller, 6.
Yeah, he's like yeah.
So Osprey 6. He's about 6 foot 6'1", I think, isn't he? When did Osprey debut though? 20.
Yeah. I think I have a funny one here.
Come on.
For WWE.
Oh, he's the clown.
Actually, hang on. Let me double check the list here. So earlier than 2013, but after 1999, is there a chance for World Wrestling Entertainment 2005 debut for Dirty Dom? I don't know how old is that fucking. He's like 27.
I think he's
at this stage.
Yeah.
Taller than 6 foot. I could believe that.
I could believe the bill higher being 6. Yeah.
Heavier than. I could see him being in the 200 range. And I guess I would say Wikipedia would list his debut as 2005, which technically it was. He was an on-screen character.
Interesting.
We go with that?
Yeah, go for it.
We go with Dominic Mysterio, Paul.
Okay, we're going to go with Big Dirty Dom. Let me look it up here. Dominic Mysterio. He is 28.
28, okay.
Which is a match. Build height. 6'1", which is a match.
Oh.
Build weight. 200 on the dot, which is a match. First letter, of course, is D. TV debut year 2005, which is a match. You got it.
Yay!
Very good.
Dirty
Very
Dom.
clever there, getting the debut there.
I will say my logic was to just pick someone who was earlier in the alphabet and maybe a bit younger, because we did Kofi and John Morrison, who are very similar. And then I thought, the debut year is an interesting wrinkle, because maybe that would send you down a funny rabbit hole. But you caught it. You figured it out. Yeah, I had 2005 listed as his debut year, of course, with the ladder match. So after 4, Dominic Mysterio was correct. Very good.
Brilliant. Well done, Joe, and well done, Paul.
Right, right. Reach there for that one.
Alrighty. That is Wordl-ow for another week. Another busy week of AEW television this week. Another strong week of AEW television, I thought. We will jump into it here. Cleveland, Ohio. John Moxley country. Opened with a little MJF pre-tape. I thought this week's TV show, both these TV shows, a lot of pre-tapes. I'm not really saying that's a good or a bad thing, but there was a lot of video packages and a lot of promo packages and stuff. They even did on a Collision, they did a Athena, like a by the numbers video package, just giving all the stats about her career. They did a lot of that stuff this week.
I didn't mind it. I
thought it was fine. Yeah, I think it adds to the presentation.
There was one, though, on Dynamite, I think, where they had Renee doing an interview in the back, and they cut to the ring with Renee in the ring, and it was a little jarring.
Yes.
Where you go. I mean, they didn't say earlier in the day, or I don't think they said.
Which usually they're good at that thing. They do that.
But even if you do, like, split them up and don't go from backstage to in the ring with the same person.
Yeah, it was like that one a couple of weeks ago where they had like 3 Don Callis segments in a row. With him all over the building. John Moxley defeating Mike Bailey to open up this edition of Dynamite proper in a really fun, hard-hitting match.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of finger work, lots of biting, lots of bending.
Oh my God, bent his little finger back. My little finger doesn't go that far.
No. I feel like he must be double jointed or something, because I've definitely seen him do that, like at an indie show.
Oh, that's whenever you can get someone. I mean, I remember Alexa Bliss doing the like hyperextended arm.
Oh, that was great. Yeah.
Whenever you get someone who's able to do one of those things, use it to the best.
Absolutely. So, really good match. This was like, not that this was like the best bell-to-bell show ever, but this is just one of those Dynamites where I was finished watching, I was like, God, like this is like, there is better quality wrestling on this show than like historically any American television show has ever had on it, ever. Like, it's one thing you will never be able to doubt about AEW. Like just a match of this level, just opening the show very, like it's no big deal.
Yeah.
We got our latest Darby kidnapping here. He ragged Yuta. So there you go.
I don't recall that's. Oh, he did. He had Forbidden Door on it. I was going to say I don't recall the climax of that story, but of course he had him in a body bag backstage with Forbidden Door on his head.
Yeah, and they stapled it on him or whatever. We had a funny little Tony Storm, Alex Windsor thing backstage, so they've kind of hitched Windsor to Tony, which I think is a good idea.
Yeah. I would like to see Windsor. Ironically, that she's paired with Tony Storm. I'd like to see Windsor have a bit more of a serious character.
Yeah.
To kind of match the in-ring. Like, we have a lot of, I'm a funny woman who's going to talk in a sarcastic tone. We don't have a lot of, I'm just going to, beat the shit out of you characters.
Yeah, you kind of want her in that old Jamie Hayter role, don't you?
Jamie, or even like a Samoa Joe equivalent would be cool. Like that kind of characters. Like, I know not everybody can be Samoa Joe, but like,
but I know what you mean, though.
Yeah, her promo wasn't very good.
No, I didn't.
It was sort of British wrestling level promo to me, like something you see on Rev Pro's YouTube channel or something. It was not good. It was funny. Yeah, she kind of made it funny, but that needs some work.
I mean, if Tony was the one doing the work,
Tony's good.
Forbidden Door TBS Championship qualifier. Alex Windsor defeated Queen Aminata, Billy Starks, and Sky Blue. So this is a 4-way at Forbidden Door. Monet, Windsor, a CMLL woman, and a Stardom woman.
Yeah.
The latter 2 yet to be decided, I guess. There were parts of this match, brother. Let me fucking tell you. Sky Blue and Aminata had a time standstill moment outside the ring towards the end, where Sky goes for her. I guess the idea was supposed to be, that she was going to go for the code red, and Aminata would stand up, and Sky Blue would smash her face into the chair. But Sky Blue like couldn't get up properly for the move, so she just like flung herself on the chair. I mean, it looked, oh god. Yeah.
There were a couple of moments in this one where they were out of position, running around each other to do Irish whips.
Yeah.
It was a bit all over the place.
I kind of think because they got a lot of time as well, so I was kind of like, take this period of time. Just give me a little bit of Alex Windsor versus Queen Aminata with that much time on Dynamite, and I think we're laughing. I think we're off to the races.
This didn't need to be a 4-way either.
No, that's one of the Tony Khan upset, isn't it? The 4-way. It's up there with the money match. It's the 4-way. You know, it was like the crowd got into it by the end, but I don't know. There was a lot of very wonky stuff in it. Yeah, so you got your Windsor win, so there you go. Yeah. Monet returned afterwards with all her belts. She's won in Poland there recently. So she's going to the Four Corners, having the time of her life, it seems. So there you go. And they had a little powwow with Tony and Windsor there at the end. The Young Bucks were getting annoyed at the production staff backstage. He said he handed a guy a slip, and he says, "You go tell Roberts I want him to read this verbatim." And so they had a clever little follow up on that
Anchorman gag,
very Anchorman, yeah. We got haven't had one of these in a while. Don Callis unveiling a new picture. He used to do it all the time. I mean, this is just. So he unveils this picture of him and Fletcher, and Callis has all these abs and everything.
That Callis himself apparently painted.
Yes, yeah.
That's the best bit. That's great. This is good.
The write-up here on AEW's website, the segment took an interesting turn when Callis unveiled an oil painting he claimed to have created personally, depicting Fletcher nude, strategically covered only by the TNT Championship, alongside a provocatively dressed Callis himself. Fletcher, clearly delighted, exclaimed, "It may be the greatest gift I've ever received."
The funny bit was Fletcher going, "Take it off. Take it off, Tom." This segment got very gay.
Yes. Brilliant.
Yes. I mean, this was a very amusing.
They should do like an Access style event next year at All In where they display all of these paintings in like a gallery.
That'd be great. Yeah.
I'd love to go along to Wembley and just hang out in the fan zone looking.
Listen, I mean, as far as their obvious pet projects being set up for future superstardom, I mean, Fletcher is flying. I mean, he's absolutely flying. He's cooking. He's absolutely, I mean, one to watch for a title win in 26, I think, almost certainly.
Yeah.
Cope was backstage, and he was asked about the restraining order. This is one of those stupid wrestling things where it's like, oh, well, FTR have a restraining order against me. That does not include Stoke. I'm like, doesn't it? Okay, that seems stupid, the fact that they would do it that way. So he kind of fobbed off the Christian thing, because I guess they're slow burning that one. So he just said, going to wrestle Stoke next week, and if FTR get involved, that nullifies their restraining order, so I can get at them. None of this is working for me at all. Other than, I mean, Stokely with FTR is good, but Cope, I mean, it's just feeling straight out of SmackDown from like at least 10 years ago, a lot of his stuff.
Yeah. Don't love it.
No. Out came the Bucks for their eliminator match with Brodito. Roberts read the note that the Young Bucks wrote verbatim, saying they were demanding respect and all this other stuff. So that was a cute little joke.
With and on the little and exclamation marks.
And he read the punctuation, and on the little cry on, they were billed as Max and Jeremy, which was a good pull. I enjoyed that. That was a good little.
Taz enjoyed that quite a lot.
Taz greatly chuckling at that. Taz also, so like, in their thing that they had Roberts read, they were like, "We are definitely not jobbers." And so the fans are chanting "jobbers," and then Brody would be on the apron waiting for a tag, and he'd start going "jobbers." Taz was like getting really annoyed that they were saying the word "jobber" on television. Like, you could tell it was really irking him, because it's not what the business is supposed to be, man. You know, he was getting very flustered about it, but it was funny. Another great match, another all-action match. Brodito are super. And who better to be in there with than the Bucks when you're a new team?
Tremendous.
What are they going to call the move though? They don't know what to call the move. Taz was again. Why didn't they figure it out beforehand? Flippy Doo Jones. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. They'll figure something out, I'm sure. So is that the match set then? Is that FTR versus Brodito?
Yeah. So next week.
Next week. Yeah.
Next week. Okay.
So who wins? Brodito?
Or maybe not next week. I mean, if it's up to me, I'm doing that match in Scotland.
Yes, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah, because they.
Well, I actually don't know when it's happening.
Because once again, they've kind of like they're doing TV in the UK and they have not hyped it up at all. I mean, they really haven't. Forbidden Door looks like a good show, but like it does not feel like they have really hammered the drum enough.
Announce one of those all-star 10-man tags or something. That would do, something like that.
Yeah, that was good fun. Very interesting match. I don't know how that goes. Obviously, that news story, kind of plays into this. I mean, I think Brodito are great. I think you've really got something here. But I mean, come on, it's FTR's time. One thing I will say though, I don't want FTR to win just to fucking lose it to Edge and Christian in Canada. I don't want to see that.
I don't think that needs it.
No, I think
Yeah, so, do that later. Have them do FTR and then do tag titles later. Save that.
We had another segment of MJF getting kicked out of the Hurt Syndicate. Yeah, and MVP basically warned him that if you do win that title, Bobo is coming.
Ooh, Bobo Lashley.
This is kind of AEW's John Cena storyline, where they spent so much time building it up to then just go, actually.
Yeah, this has been a bit of a dud.
Bit of shame because of how much time was put into building it up.
Well, I just still don't know why it ended. I thought it was quite good.
Yeah, well, somebody didn't like it, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that it feels like the goal was always to culminate in a new MJF unit. So I have to imagine at Forbidden Door, if the Hurt Syndicate do lose, that it'll be because of him. And
the new House of Torture leader, MJ.
Oh God. Gato. Oh, but it's Forbidden Door, so Gato runs out with the garrote wire.
Oh, I've got it.
Oh God.
It's just for goys.
Very good.
Hey.
Very good.
Hey.
FTR and Stoke responded to Copeland.
Send for the man.
This is where Stoke broke everyone by saying he's not afraid of Cope because he's been fighting his whole life. He's short, he's bald, he can't get any hose.
Oh, God.
This was very, very funny from Stoke, and he's still carrying around the ridiculous crutch, acting like he's injured. So yeah, there you go. Good Swerve promo, not really much to it, just a really solid one calling out Okada.
There was a little bit of that thing Swerve does where he kind of gets lost mid promo, but this was much, much better than usual.
A couple of backstage promos here. Hanger endorsed Mark Briscoe. Willow and Aminata were having a powwow, and then Statlander came along.
What was this?
I guess I don't know. She's doing like a I don't know. She's kind of going kooky. She's like, oh, you don't trust me, and so I'm going crazy about that. I don't know. She came in and she was like, oh, Willow and Aminata were there, and Statlander goes, oh, women supporting women. Oh, I love that. And she blew like confetti on them. Yeah. And then walked away. It was odd. I didn't quite get. Yeah,
this is with the Statlander Nightingale thing. They're both great. Let's kind of get to the point here.
Yes, exactly. Yes, let's do that. Especially because Willow's just kind of floating around in these multi-mans and these tags, and it's like, like you could absolutely have those two just having a normal feud with a pay-per-view match. You've got the depth now that you can have like the women who are not involved in one of the title matches having a match.
I had one of your moments, a Barry moment, I call it.
Go on.
During Collision, I know we're going to come to Collision in a minute, but when Willow was running wild in that match, I was like, why is she not like the world champion?
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit easier to bear now because like Tony has just found her rhythm and is doing so well.
But there have been various points over the last year where you're like,
or the TBS champion. Like, why is Willow not strapped up? Come on.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like Willow is still the person who should beat Monet ultimately. But also, I feel like now that they gave Monet her big first loss, they're now going to shy away from doing that for like another 6 months. But I'm like, yeah, come on, let's get Willow her win over Monet before the Monet thing kind of loses steam. We had the main event then, a great match, MJF defeating Mark Briscoe. They did all kinds of crazy stuff. They brought out a table. Briscoe did a crazy froggy bow outside the ring, crashed to the table. And tried to climb back in the ring. MJF hit him with the heat seeker. MJF got the 3. Briscoe got his foot on the ropes. MJF pulled it off. So that was your little
nitpick of the week on this one, folks. Nitpick of the week on this one. So MJF hits Briscoe with the heat seeker. Great move. Love the heat seeker. Gets the pin. 1, 2, 3. Referee doesn't notice the foot on the rope. Happens. Can't blame the referee on that one. Yeah. Referee rings the bell and then turns around and goes, wait, what? Huh? Like, the referee looks confused. Why? He didn't see the foot on the rope. Why is the referee going, oh, yeah, did I get caught here? Did something happen? Like, this is the real nitpick. This isn't like a bad thing. This is a real, proper nitpick. The referee wouldn't be confused by something he didn't see, is my point, ultimately, right? So the referee should have just acted like nothing happened and like raise MJF's hand. This guy's the winner. He won fair and square. But like, as soon as he turned around, he was doing the like arms out, like, what happened? Huh? Wait, what? But he didn't see the fun. Yeah. He shouldn't act like that. It was the real life referee, Bryce Ramsberg, allowing his actual knowledge of that's the finish to impact his performance where he was not supposed to have known.
Yeah, he can get a bit hammy, can't he? He can get hammy.
But he shouldn't have been hammy at all here. He shouldn't not have acknowledged it all the day.
But this thing, because that thing you're describing, like, he always does it. Like when the heels throw something out of the ring, he does a little. I'm like, yeah, I get where you're coming from. It's annoying. Good Dynamite, I thought.
And then we had a big MJF hanger.
Oh yes, yeah. That was good.
It's good.
Yeah.
So, are we doing MJF hanger at Forbidden Door? Is that where we're going here?
I don't know. I don't know. They're having a face-to-face next week because Hanger did say the whole thing about, well, if you think you're so worthy of a title, then maybe we'll see who wins between you and Briscoe. So I guess it would make sense. Is
this Hangman being goaded into giving him a shot outside of the contract? I guess that's the storyline, right? That's what
I guess we'll have to wait and see. Yeah,
I guess we'll wait and see. Oh my God, they've done a cliffhanger.
They've gotten you. They've fucking got you. Collision was brilliant this week.
Woof. Here we go.
Collision opened with the match of the week.
Yes.
Oh, what a match.
Oh, baby. Ooh. I'd rather watch that than the G1, ironically.
Yeah, I love this. I love this G1 that is just getting absolutely slated everywhere I check. And then New Japan's like, ooh, Tom Ish, no interest, baby. Off to America with you for the summer. No interest in you, brother. Absolutely no interest. Crazy.
Off collecting stars in America.
Yeah. Big Kyle.
Sorry. F4W Online's report says this was like a refrigerator wrestling a skyscraper.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Battle of the Brain Busters here. Fletcher did defeat Tomohiro Ishii. And yeah, I mean, genuinely like a G1 quality main event, a pay-per-view quality match. Really, really top-notch stuff.
A quality that very few G1 matches this year have actually.
Well, yeah, I've been keeping an eye on the results and listening to a few reviews, and I mean, it has not been.
It's been cool. It's been fine.
It's been all right, but like, I mean, yeah, I mean,
it's a far cry. What was my first G1 I watched? Like maybe 2017, 18? I don't remember when it was.
Oh, so you're talking about like Omega and Ishii?
Oh, every show you're having 2 5-star matches or something like this. Yeah, it ain't that anymore.
And a double whammy of funny moments here about the kind of state of New Japan and this relationship. Fletcher gets on the mic and says, well, after beating Ishii, I think, at Forbidden Door, I want to take on some other prime Japanese talent. So I'll defend my TNT title against someone from New Japan. And I want them to see me face to face on Dynamite. So that's a nice little hook for Dynamite there. So someone will be there to confront Fletcher. And I was just sitting there going like, who could that possibly be that's interesting? It's just like,
well, nobody who's in the G1 because the G1 show is on Wednesday.
Right. So it's going to be like, who is it going to be?
Despy.
I mean, that might be all right if they do a death match. That could be cool. But like,
Hiromu.
It's got to be he said it called out a legend, didn't he? Specifically, he didn't say that.
Yeah,
it was kind of the implication is he's doing a legend killer.
Nakanishi,
right?
New Japan, I want, if you quote here on the website, New Japan, I want you to send your pound for pound best. Now, again, I know this is wrestling, but oh dear, I mean, who's that going to be? Now, I will say, I wasn't sure if they were doing this or not. The Wikipedia for Forbidden Door does say that Tanahashi has a TBA match. He's having his last UK match is so it could be. Well, no, sorry, he's in the G1 though, isn't he? Or is he wrestling on Wednesday?
Well, everybody wrestles on, regardless. They do like all the tag matches.
Oh yeah, okay. So it can't be. It must be a junior. This would have to be a junior, wouldn't it? Despy might not be a bad shout. I mean, look, I like Despy, but that's people aren't going to care about.
Who the fuck is Despy?
Desperado, El Desperado.
Oh, Despy.
Yeah, I mean, he's cool, but like, I don't think anyone.
Or someone like Suzuki, who is
barely even a New Japan, who's not even a New Japan guy. I don't think.
But I was thinking someone who's not in the G1, unless it's just is someone in the G1. They're like, you can have the tag match off tonight, brother, off to America.
Yeah, very odd. And then I'm not sure exactly where on the show this is announced, but again, you've watched the G1, you've been pretty critical of it, and you like bits of it, and New Japan, I think it's fair to say, on hard times, right? New generation of guys not really getting over the way they hoped, so on and so forth. But I think they deserve a little better than this, right? They announced that Zack Sabre Jr., okay, the champion of the world, the champion of the earth, holding the same belt as Tanahashi, and well, not the same one, but the linear championship held by Okada and Tanahashi and all these other legends and Vader and all these people. He will face at Forbidden Door for the title, which is the really crazy thing, a title match.
The winner of this Dark Elevation match.
Yeah, a match between Hechicero, Lee Moriarty, Nigel McGuinness, and Daniel Garcia, with the winner challenging for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Now, for those of you keeping score, that is a henchman from the Don Callis family, a guy from Ring of Honor, an announcer, and here's the really thing. The most pushed person in this match is Daniel Garcia, whose push has cratered this year. And he is very much, if there was a Rampage, he would be on Rampage. You know what I mean? I think that's ridiculous. I think if you want to do Sabre Jr. and Nigel, right, which I think is a fun thing to do in England, right? Yeah. Just do it and just say it's a dream match. I actually think it makes it kind of farcical to have it be a title match, I think.
Yeah, that's just, I don't know. I love the idea of doing Nigel and Zach, but you could have come up with something other than a qualifier. You could have said, I don't know, Zack Sabre just calls him out and
just says, yeah.
Maybe Nigel says something on commentary like, "Oh, I was the best, British wrestler of all time," or something. And Zack goes, "Hang on, son, I heard that. Talking out your ass, mate. I'm going to fight you." And then he calls him out and they have a match. At least this is shit. This is sometimes what AEW does, which really frustrates me. They have something that's actually really good, could be really good, but there's zero effort goes into establishing an actual storyline and a reason for it. And then it just happens.
I would do it as a special non-title attraction.
Yes. Yeah. So you got 4 technical guys in there. I kind of get what they're going for, but
unless Hechicero's just going to win or something.
Well, that was the other thing as well. I feel like if someone other than Nigel wins, it's going to put a downer on the whole thing. And I think the last thing, Daniel Garcia, who really does feel like, he feels like his overness is on life support. I think the last thing he needs is to win this match where people are kind of half hoping and assuming Nigel wins it. So I feel like then people just won't care about the match because I thought we were getting Nigel and Zach. Yeah. Very extremely odd. Ricochet and GOA were trashing a bunch of people backstage, flinging them all over the place. This was
another kind of trope that AEW used to.
Yes, yeah. The new stable is just
the Lance Archer beating up people.
Yes, which was cool when he was doing it like 5 years ago, and now everyone does it. Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian said they're going to end Christian Cage for good. So there you go. Megan Bain defeated Emily Rose.
Yeah.
This is very brief.
Exercised her, you might say.
Yes.
Hey.
I mean, surely that is where she got that name. It's hardly a coincidence. Do you think?
I don't know. Is it her name? Maybe. Let me Emily Rose Rest. I don't know that this lady is. I'm actually going to be able to find out, really.
It seems like she does not have a cage match, it looks like. Yeah. So a real deal local competitor, it seems like here. Also, the thing that makes things like that hard now is that Google doesn't work anymore. That makes finding things harder than it needs to be. Big Bill and Brian Keith are very angry. They shouted backstage in a segment with Lexi.
Interesting that they are never referred to as the Learning Tree anymore.
I've been meaning to ask this, and I'm knocking on wood right now, because, listen, God, I don't care, and I don't want him back on TV, but where is Jericho?
I think he's on a break. I think they finally listened and said he needs to be off TV.
Well, that's fair enough, because I think his soul has really missed him. But I have been thinking to myself, like, because, I mean, they haven't rested with this guy in the 6 years the company has existed.
I know. I think finally the message got through, or hopefully, because he seemed healthy. He doesn't have a tour or anything. But I actually think it's good. I think if he stays away for a few more months and comes back, I think he might get a warmer reception. If he came back in like 3 months, people would be like, "Oh, Jericho's back." Babyface turn, having be babyface legend Chris Jericho. Not too many matches, just
a good reception. They could maybe sell a few tickets and stuff. Like he's your legend. He's been your legend in the company since it formed. But you can't have that guy on every single show all the fucking time. And he has been and pushed as well. He's constantly been pushed. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, no Learning Tree branding. Just these guys are frustrated and they want a title shot, and they're not.
Even their Titantron the last few years just says like it's like half and half. Big Bill and Brian Keith.
Yeah. So they're very much moving away from that, because the last segment Jericho did was the smashing of the TV and demanding that they smarten up or whatever the fuck that was. Yeah. Ricochet defeated Juice Robinson in a very solid match.
It was.
Not much to it. Toa Leona at one stage pounced Austin Gunn on the announce table. That was cool.
It was good.
A great spot. Got a video package.
Oh, let me just say one more thing. Sorry about this match. Big Bill interfered and hit Robinson with the big boot, which allowed Ricochet to get the hit. Right? I don't think any of the commentators noticed, because it was immediately after Toa Leona hit that pounce. So none of them referenced it, and they all seemed confused that Big Bill was like at the top of the stage afterwards. Oh, Big Bill's there. So I think all three of them, including our beloved actor Paul Walter Hauser, I think they all missed the spot.
Yeah,
they were kind of getting fixed after the pounce.
Paul Walter Hauser, a very, very charming on commentary. I thought he did a good job.
Yeah, he was very good.
I can't believe how much this man loves wrestling. I don't think I've ever seen a man who loves wrestling. This guy is a fucking champion in modern progress. Yes, progress still exists. The guy wrestles in fucking MLW all the time. Like, he just wants to be involved in wrestling. So he would trade the Emmys. For like a Continental Classic slot if he could get one. He really just obviously loves wrestling, and it's very endearing. And he was fun enough on commentary. He was fun.
He was. Mm-hmm. He loves talking about his movie Americana, starring him and Sydney Sweeney, coming out this September. Good plugs for that.
Little pluggaroo. We've got a video package recapping the Max Caster, Anthony Bowen's Billy Gunn stuff, which obviously they're kind of going this direction either, but it really did kind of frame Caster as the babyface, I thought.
Yes.
And Bowens as the cracking guy. It was kind of starting to lose it a little bit. So there you go. FTR and Stoke beat some jabronis. This was a great team of jabronis. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, real trash.
Yeah. Stoke getting the win, of course. He did the spike pile driver, which is funny. Hechicero defeated AR Fox. Garcia on commentary for this one again.
Yeah. Was he?
Oh, God. Why did they do it again after last time? Why did they do it again?
I don't know. You know what I did love, though? I loved on last week's Collision that LFI brawled with Jet Speed and AR Fox at the end of the show, you might recall, after the Max Caster segment. Here you get Jet Speed, press the upgrade partner button on the keyboard to Hangman Adam Page. AR Fox, your job on Tetris.
Yeah.
Did he lie to someone else about something? What happened there?
Yeah. This is good fun, though. I like this match, So actually, Sarah, I think, still being kept warm for he's got an ROH match with Bandito at some point.
Yeah.
We got like a spooky video package for Harley Cameron.
Oh, this was tremendous.
Yeah, so she's like, as the website says here, blah blah, video package, Harley Cameron putting it on and seemingly transforming, a la quote unquote The Mask. Yes, video package. That's what it was going for.
That's great.
So yeah, she'll be back doing this new silly thing.
Tremendous.
Triangle of Madness defeated Queen Aminata, Tay Mello, and Willow Nightingale. I thought this was good fun, a lot better than the 4-way from Dynamite.
Still had some
wonkiness.
Yeah. I mean, Willow's great. Queen Aminata's great. Tekla's great.
Yeah. But solid enough. So another great pounce in this match, in fact.
Oh, love a good pounce.
Yeah, great move. I'm glad it's back. Skyflight, the stable that everyone's talking about.
Wow.
Can't get enough of Skyflight. They cut a promo on Don Callis. It's so funny that like the Don Callis family is involved in all these things. This is so kind of like, I don't even think about you at all.
Who's it again? Scorpio Sky, yeah.
Scorpio Sky, his like group that like, it's basically it's just the latest thing for him. Because it's like Top Flight are in the group, but like it's obviously a Scorpio Sky vehicle for the 10th time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Top Flight are equally in need of something.
They are, but this company has obviously thought from day one that there's something with Sky that they can do something with. And I mean, 7th time's the charm.
Was it on this show or was it on Dynamite where Don Callis was talking about how the family are the numerically biggest group?
That was Dynamite, yeah. So at least he acknowledged how ridiculously big that stable is. We had our follow-up Big Stoke promo. It was good fun with FTR. Shibata, as previously mentioned, was the Max Caster challenger.
Yeah.
Hit him with the PK for the win.
He's amazing.
Go on.
Then there was baby faceness afterwards.
Yes. So first of all, before the match, Caster did his shitty chant and the people sang along and they went, okay, that was better. So he's not chastising them anymore. And then, Shibata went for the handshake before LFI came out for the run-in and started beating them both up. And that segued into the main event. Yeah. Which was the aforementioned Hanger and Jet Speed versus LFI. Really good fun. All action 6-man. Crazy moves and lots of drama. Good heat as well, because obviously we were in Hangman country here. Yeah. Really, really fun stuff.
Very good.
Yeah. Yeah. And Hanger got the win with the buckshot on Drilistico. And there you go. Another very, very, very good week of AEW TV. Heading on to Forbidden Door there. And that's going to do it for the wrestling this week. Who has seen a movie this week? Who's been to the pictures?
I've been to the pictures.
Go on.
And I have a little cinema experience. Story. So we went into so I'd been painting in the apartment all day, had nothing to eat the whole day. And we said, we'll go to the cinema and I don't typically get popcorn anymore. I think it's probably been year and a half since I got popcorn at the cinema. But we said, weapons. We'll get the popcorn out. It's kind of a popcorn movie. So we go up to the pop, and we noticed they have new machines in the cinema. They used to have Coca-Cola machines, they're all Pepsi brand. Ooh, baby, I'm all for that. So I said, can I have one of your large popcorns, and can I have a large Pepsi, please? Oh, we don't. The drink taps aren't working. So you have to have water. We have water bottles, or you can have like a Club Orange or something. Ooh, that doesn't suit me. I want to have a cola drink with my popcorn. So I said to the man, I'm going to go to Boots next door and buy a Coke, and I'll be right back. So they seem to be kind of accepting of the fact, hey, we don't have drinks. So if you're going to go bring in drinks, fuck it. You're welcome to do so today. So I went to Boots, bought a drink, bought a popcorn on its own in the cinema, and then went in to watch Weapons, the new
Zach Krieger,
the director of Barbarian film. And then the trailer, I'm starving again, as I mentioned at this stage. So, but
guy with a hot dog stand pulls in like, hot dogs.
By the time the trailers had finished, I'd say the popcorn was like 80% gone already. But the movie starts, and it's throughout it's kind of a quieter movie. It's not all the time loud noises and But anyway, I'd say 10. I was maybe eating popcorn for like the first 10 minutes of the movie only. This guy fucking beside me and his stupid girlfriend talking the whole time. Now, he was also doing these funny things, which I didn't mind. I will allow this for anybody who's listening and wondering about cinema etiquette. Anytime something would happen in the film, this guy beside me would go to himself, "Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no." Which I quite enjoy that. But I would hear out of the corner of my ear the little lady beside him. I'm like, oh my God, fucking if I want the director's commentary, I'll go buy the DVD when it comes out late. So I'm going, shh. I'm going, can you stop talking, please? Shh, can you stop talking, please? And so this is about an hour, maybe hour 10 into the movie. I'm like, can you please stop talking? And the guy goes to me, I had to listen to you eat popcorn for the last 20 minutes. Right? So couple of notes on this one, folks. If you go to the cinema, people might eat popcorn.
Yes, I believe so. Was it Ricky Gervais sitting next to you, by the way?
Point number 2, I hadn't touched the popcorn for at least an hour at that stage. Number 3, even if I had, that doesn't mean talk. Doesn't mean you're allowed to talk constantly throughout the entire movie. And point number 4, his phone then went off as well. So sitting beside a massive twerp, massive bozo. Nevertheless, the movie itself, let's talk about Weapons, the new... So, let's talk about Barbarian, first of all. Have you all seen Barbarian at this point?
Yes.
Joe's not seen Barbarian. Barbarian is a banger. Barbarian is a great horror movie. I would definitely recommend Joe add it to your Halloween lineup. It's an extremely enjoyable movie. As I said, one of the few movies that actually had me on edge, had the hair standing up. It was a little bit tense, a little bit frightening. Ooh, dear, what's going on? Oh no, what? Don't go in there. One of the few horror movies that I didn't just watch and go, oh, that was mildly thrilling, I guess. I think most horror movies today that kind of depend on the loud noise and the jump scares, they don't scare me, right? They startle you, they don't scare you. Barbarian was a movie that I thought did a very good job of actually being like tense and scary and all of that. Weapons is a movie that I did not like nearly as much as I like Barbarian. Although the reviews everywhere have been extremely positive. So I will say, take my opinion with a grain of salt. I am totally willing to accept that this was just not exactly to my taste, but other people might absolutely love Weapons. And if you do, tremendous. I wish I did. Better for you if you enjoy it more than me. So this is not an I'm right and you're wrong situation. I'm totally happy to accept that I'm wrong. I kind of fell in the middle on it. I didn't dislike it, nor did I love it. Which was funny because I think the half of the bad guys loved it, and they said on their thing, "You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it." I was neither. I think I went 3 stars on it.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil anything about it. Of course, people are going to go see this movie. There were elements of the movie that reminded me of another recent horror movie that I also didn't love, for a lot of the same reasons, ironically. So, I mean, you might know the concept of the movie, at least if you've seen trailers or so on for it. So it's about this class of children. I think it's 17 children who one night all go missing in mysterious circumstances. That's the plot of the movie. And so the movie is, for the most part, about the mystery of what happened to the 17 children. And what's the background behind why they all went missing, and why only the children in this one class, why the children in other classes not go missing. And then there's the one remaining child in that class who did not go missing, and the background behind that. So I found that the mystery, I was totally on board with it for like the first 40 minutes. And then as the film showed more and more of its hand, I got less and less into it. It is one of those reveals that does kind of, the more you think about it, the more you have to accept that the characters, especially the police who are investigating the mysterious disappearance, just missed all of these extremely obvious things. You know what I mean? So you're thinking, how would the police not have noticed X, Y, Z?
Right.
Saying, well, I have to headcanon now that like, the feds told them, hey, this is our case, you're not to look into all of this, or something, because there's elements of what's revealed that is too obvious that nobody in the community would have pointed out or realized or looked into. So as the film went on, and it is a long feeling movie. I think it's maybe just a hair under 2 hours. As it went on, I kind of lost me more and more. There are, of course, fun elements, especially towards the end, and there are, of course, tense scenes, really well done tense scenes throughout. But the whole thing never came together for me in a really satisfying way. So I would still give it a positive review. I would still give it a thumbs up on the binary scale. But I would call it good, not great.
Okay, for me.
But try to go in as unspoiled as you can.
Yes,
of course.
Yeah.
That's how you're gonna benefit your experience, and maybe we can talk about it in more spoilery terms later on. But it was okay. It was okay. The performances in it are very good. I'll say I liked Josh Brolin in it, and I liked Garner. What's her name?
Julia
Garner. Liked her a lot in it as well, and also. Young Han Solo, Alden Ehrenreicher. What's his name? Alden Ehrenreich. Alden Ehrenreich is also very good in it. He's nice. So I mean, the performances in it are very good. It's one thing I would say is it's not as stylish looking a movie as some of the more A24-ish horrors of late. Think of like your Long Legs or your. Movies that are also, in addition to being clever or horror, are also really like good looking movies. This one I didn't give me that vibe. It didn't strike me as one that was really like great looking. But it was okay. It was if you're in the mood, check it out. And that's the only movie I've seen this week.
Alrighty. Any other movies for the week?
Well, I believe someone has seen another movie, so I'm going to stall for time. I'll talk more about weapons.
Well, so the thing about Zach Krieger, let me tell you. Ooh, yeah. Brother. Ooh. Actually, he was in the news this week because I saw it's weird because he basically talked about how he was working on a DCU thing, right? But then he was like, I haven't pitched it yet. I was like, all right, don't say that then.
No rush.
He said he was pitching this movie where it's about a henchman who gains notoriety for incapacitating Batman, but it's through a luck or chance or something like that is the premise of it. I think that sounds kind of interesting. But yeah, he's also making a Resident Evil movie, which I think might be pretty good.
Yes.
Wow. The 100th times the charm on that franchise.
Yeah. I'll say he does not appear in this movie. He has appeared in his other films. There's no acting appearance for Zach Kreger.
Right. Anyway, speaking of
that
Julia
is the only
Garner.
movie I've seen.
Speaking of Julia Garner, any other movies of the week?
Silver Surfer.
And Paul Walter Hauser.
And Paul Walter Hauser. Yeah, saw Fantastic Four First Steps. Saw it at the local pleb cinema, the Odeon. Bloke on his phone for the first 10 minutes. Walked in on his phone.
Guy?
Walked in on his phone and just kept talking on the phone. But he looked like a bit of a hard bloke, to be honest. So, they might stab you or knock you out. So just let him talk on his phone. That's fine. It's only Marvel. Yeah, so Fantastic Four First Steps. It's the third incarnation of the Fantastic Four, which I think one of the harder ones to adapt because it is such a wacky premise and they have such wacky powers. I think that's why it's always been a struggle to adapt it. I mean, they've done some bad ones, obviously, but it's such a silly. You don't get much of Pedro Pascal doing the stretchy arm, stretchy leg thing because it's just a bit embarrassing, isn't it? It's not exactly. You would see Iron Man doing that or Batman. It's kind of like every other Marvel movie I've ever seen, to be honest. It hits every same beat. It's the same, similar kind of tone, but it's got this 1960s kind of retro futurist sheen over the top of it. But it is a very kind of thin sheen. Like, it's just sort of, look, a old-fashioned cassette robot. Oh, look, they've got LPs and spaceships and all that. It's very, like, perfect for a trailer, but then the actual movie, there's that.
Right.
Thematically, there is a bit of that in the way they kind of tackle the problem and the way the world is. It's very sort of peace and love and the world coming together to put man on the moon kind of thing. All that kind of stuff. Characters are very thin as well. I think Pedro Pascal's quite good. Very sort of serious as Reed Richards. He's as good as he usually is, but you know, for Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm and Joe Quinn as Johnny Storm, I couldn't honestly tell you. They didn't really have characters. There was no character development. They're just kind of there. They just kind of wear the costumes. There's no real character behind it. Eben Moss-Bacharach as Ben Grimm's a bit better. Him and Johnny Storm have a bit of a sort of comedy duo banter thing going on, which is kind of funny at times. But again, they give him this very, very brief story subplot with Natasha Lyonne as a kind of love interest that gets like 3 scenes, and she plays completely against type as a very kind of sweet school teacher. Not great. Paul Walter Hauser is very funny in his brief kind of appearances. It's a kind of comical superhero. And then Ralph Ineson plays Galactus. And the thing about Galactus is he's very big. Yeah, very big. Very, very big. I don't know if he could eat a planet, though. That was the only thing. Because when you first see him, he's huge, right? You're like, oh, yeah, he could eat a planet. And then when he actually gets up to Earth, he's sort of Godzilla-sized. I think, could Godzilla eat a planet? That planet's quite big. Anyway, just a thought. So I kind of enjoyed it. It's like a 7 out of 10 for me. It doesn't fill me with any kind of sort of lust to see the rest of these phase 6 or 7, whatever they're into now.
Can I surprise you with something, Joe?
Go on.
The 34th film in the Godzilla franchise, which is one of the 2018 CGI animated ones. Godzilla the Planet Eater is the name.
Oh.
So
small planets.
Yeah, dwarf planets.
Yeah, so Ralph Ineson's fine, but it's just a sort of CGI. I mean, he could have been anyone in it, really. I don't think he had it much. Overall, it left me feeling quite cold. Probably didn't enjoy it as much as Superman, which at least had a bit of personality to it, something unique to it. This was very much cookie cutter. I also thought, I'd got it stuck in my head that it was still John Watts from the Spider-Man trilogy doing it, but he dropped out ages ago.
Yes.
It was, and so it's just some bloke doing it. I don't know.
It is it's such an odd pull for like a big Disney backed franchise. It's Matt Shakman who has most notably directed many episodes of It's Always Sunny, including many that are not on streaming services for certain reasons. It's a very funny resume to have, to be making a bajillion-dollar Marvel movie.
Well, he directed the WandaVision episodes.
And WandaVision, yeah, that was his, which I mean was one of the few Disney Plus successes. I think there was a good article.
I think because it was the first one.
I think it was the first one. It was also early in COVID as well.
I can't recommend it at all, but it's one of those you might want to watch it stream on Disney Plus if you can be bothered.
Yeah. I wanted to go see it in cinema, and then I was like, it's a Marvel thing, so you'll never get it empty. It'll always be full of wankers. Yeah. And then I was like, as time passed by and the word of mouth kind of trickled down, I was like, yeah, I can just wait for this to be on streaming. I really don't need to rush.
Unless you just want to go and see Pedro Pascal say, Galactus, why did you fuck off?
Well, I mean, it's tough to see Pedro Pascal in anything these days, you know.
Yeah.
I cannot get away from materialist ads, by the way. Materialist.
Yes.
Go see Materialist. No, I don't want to. Okay, I guess I'm going to end up seeing it because I keep marketing it to me.
Yeah.
I do want to watch that.
There's a couple of post credit scenes in that as well.
There's a Hop Lorco action.
Yeah. Setting up the big bad for the Avengers arc. And you know who that is.
Himself
playing, you know who.
If nothing else, I mean, they have at least taken their foot off the gas on these Marvel films. I mean, there is not another one until Spider-Man next year.
Well, that's what I was looking at. I was trying to think, okay, so what has they planned out for this? There's only that, Spider-Man, and then Avengers Doomsday. That's all that seems to be on the...
Well, they'll have plenty of Disney Plus series, though.
Sure, that was okay.
But it's funny, though. There was a good piece in one of the big entertainment websites. It was the Hollywood Reporter, I can't remember which one, just kind of analysing why has the Marvel stock taken such a hit. I mean, even Feige's kind of been out there saying, too many shows and pushing Fantastic Four, hey, you don't have to have seen anything ever to see this, you know. So yeah, I mean, I feel like I saw some ads for it, but I feel like they didn't push that Ironheart thing at all. I mean, I feel like the stuff they've already made, I feel like they're like, all right, we have to put this out. Like, I wonder, are they going to take their foot off the gas even more?
It's just boring, isn't it? They haven't reinvented it at all. It's the same thing over and over again.
And it does feel like way too soon to be going back to the Avengers, especially because it's like, so we've got one Spider-Man movie and then an Avengers movie. It's like, who's going to be, like, who's in it? Like, who's the team? They got rid of half of them. All these new people haven't really clicked the way they wanted to, you know.
I think they'll go the WWE route and bring back people you knew from 20 years ago.
Well, yeah, I mean, based on the casting reveals, it is literally going to be that. I mean, they have, it's going to be people coming out of portals from other universes. Yeah, it'll be people you know.
Yeah. I want to get Ryan Reynolds to be in it. I'll finally get what's his name? Daredevil.
Deadwood.
Deadwood versus Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you
go. Telly this week. I'm all caught up on this current season of the aforementioned Always Sunny. Very good. Very, very funny. The season is... these shorter seasons they've been doing the last couple of years, I've gotten them back on form. They're really, really top notch. Mm-hmm. So very much enjoying that. Paul, did you see this week's South Park?
I did.
Another good one.
I thought it was
not as good.
A big step down from the first time I thought.
Yeah. Kind of falls into that classic South Park trap of there's a pun/gag that obviously Parker and Stone thought was so funny. It's Master Debater is of course the one I'm thinking of.
That was for me the worst thing about it. I mean,
and as always with them, they hammer that like 10 or 12 times. Like I was like, this is the least funny thing in this whole episode.
The 10 to 12 year old gag.
Yeah. It's always the way with the weaker South Park episodes. I feel like that you can set your watch to it. The worst ones are the ones where it's just like it's they just hammer one joke over and over and over again. And it's kind of funny because you ever see them interviewed or doing like presentations on like, you know, comedy writing, stuff like that. They're so pretentious. They like to pretend they don't do gags. they do, like, you know, which, I mean, sometimes they do write good writing that's kind of bantering back and forth and there is layers. But it's like, you absolutely do gags. Some of your worst episodes are just 20 minutes of one gag, often beaten to a pulp. But the rest of it, you know, was good. And Mackie, you know, also, like, is this a phrase people use? I have a nut. Is that a phrase?
I don't know, but I went along with it.
Yeah, it was funny enough. But
I like the JD Vance got a big laugh.
Yeah, doing the Fantasy Island was.
Yeah, we're always going to laugh at Deplane. Look,
I love that. I made that reference the other. Why was I making that? I don't know. Maybe we just saw a plane going over, and I went Deplane. But what age is the cutoff for not getting that reference? Because I feel like people. But that show is so old.
It is odd because South Park is still very popular with young people. And I would be fascinated to see if whatever service has Fantasy Island is going to get like a surge of like view minutes or whatever.
I don't even remember. I'm not even old enough to remember that, but I just know the reference and I know the clip.
That's it. I don't think I ever watched a single episode of it. I think I do vaguely remember seeing it on TV, but yeah, it's exclusively because Deplane was such a widespread reference.
It's like Casablanca, you know. This is the start of a beautiful friendship. Deplane. One of the great lines.
Yeah. But yeah, it was good. It wasn't as good as last week. I mean, they delayed this episode a week. I don't know if it was necessarily so good. They needed 2 weeks to make it, but yeah. I'm also wondering, like, you know, you got to chuckle at the JD Vance thing. I mean, is there much else really to do with the Trump stuff? I mean, you know.
I would show him literally being fucked by the devil.
Yeah, I mean, you could always escalate that stuff. I think that's yeah.
Cut his head off.
Yeah, I mean, are they going to end in some, like, he gets grotesquely murdered or something? Also, when who was it? Was it Mackie was opening all the doors at Mar-a-Lago? I was like, well, surely they're going to have an Epstein somewhere in one of these rooms. I mean, that has to be the payoff, but sadly, it wasn't. Anyway, yeah, we'll see. It's only a 10-episode season as well, so there's not much left. 8 episodes to go, which is, by South Park standards, is fairly short. But yeah, I also watched on ITV this week, the old ITV. I did watch. They had a Lucy Letby documentary this week, which is a story I have honestly not followed at all. It just kind of seemed kind of depressing, believe it or not. And I was like, okay, I don't really need to. I started getting good reviews. I decided to watch it. It was interesting. I would recommend it. But my kind of mindset in 2025 is you can watch these things, but I just think it's really important when you're talking about real world implications and real crimes and real people. It's just like you just have to do your best to just not buy in wholesale on their premise. Yeah. This is very much a kind of a making a murderer premise of, like, you got this person who's in jail. And the hour of the show is kind of briefly recapping what happened, and then basically, like, her new defense team kind of dissecting the evidence and saying that this was not fair. And it's interesting in that regard, but much like the original Making a Murderer, I think I came away from it going, okay, I mean, I'm not really entirely convinced of any innocence, but I think if you want to say this was a bit of a sham trial, you know, I think I can understand where you're coming from.
Right.
But it's interesting if people like, it's a lot of expert witnesses doing their best to break down what they're saying and how it plays into the court case. If you like that kind of thing, I think you'll enjoy it. But it's not essential otherwise.
I'll just say one last TV show I've never written that, but I'm nearly at the end of season 16 of Taskmaster.
Oh yeah!
Oh, what a banger of a season! What a banger! We're back, folks. Season 15 was a bit stinky. Season 16, you got all the best character archetypes here. You've got...
Well, we're on 16.
16. You got Julian Clary. You've got the elder statesman gay. You've got Lucy Beaumont, a woman playing a Carol Pilkington character.
Yeah.
You got Sam Campbell.
A freaky weirdo.
Weird oddball. Sue Perkins, elder stateswoman gay. And you've got Susan Wokoma, like the Willow Nightingale, most just likable woman in the world.
Young up and comer. Yeah.
Great, lovely cast. So funny. Absolutely loving it. After the stinky season 15. Yeah, who's on the next one? Oh, I've got New Year Treat 4 and Champion of Champions 3 to watch first. Oh, double treat for me. Series 17. You can give me the heads up on this one, Joe, how good it is. Joanne McAnally, John Robbins, Nick Mohammed, Sophie Willan, and Steve Pemberton. That season.
Sorry. Not best.
Back to season 15.
I think 18's better.
18, Andy Zaltzman, Babatunde Aleshe, Emma CD, Jack D, and Rosie Jones. Yeah, sounds good. And then 19 was obviously great. We watched 19 already. Very good.
So that was the telly. Quickly mention some video games. I had this is a little throwback for our listeners who are old enough to remember the PS2 generation. I lost about 6 hours of progress earlier today because a memory card died. Although it's a virtual memory card, so I was playing on an emulator.
Right.
I've been playing a Def Jam Fight for New York, the second Def Jam game. I'm trying to get 100% on it, right? Because it's a game I like, and I've been playing it for years. I think I could do that. I've been streaming a lot of the retro achievement stuff. That's a little thing you can do to your emulators to give these old games like modern style trophy lists and achievement lists, and it's really fun. It's very addictive when you start doing it because it gives you a new way to play your old games. And there's one I'm trying to get. It's so fucking hard. It involves like basically having a completely faultless, spot perfect run through the story mode. And I was on my way to doing it. I was at 6 hours deep, and the game crashed, which is fine in and of itself. But the emulator works just like a real PS2. If your PS2 turns off or crashes or something like that unexpectedly, it can corrupt your memory card, and it works the same way with the memory card file on your emulator. So I was like, oh shit, it froze. Let me restart, quote unquote, restart the system here. Did that. And it's got a little pop-up saying, hey, your memory card's not formatted. I was like, don't say that to me. That's terrible. That's deeply upsetting. So that was like 6-ish hours down the Swanee. So that was heartbreaking. So no more video games for me. Which is a shame because I did earlier this week play the new Ninja Gaiden game. Which is Ragebound, it's called. It's an old school 2D, old-fashioned one of those, but obviously with modern graphics and some kind of modern sensibility. So it's a 2D platformer, action, hack and slash, mesh of those different genres. It's really cool. It's if you like that style of game, it's not as challenging as the original, the infamously impossible NES games from back in the day. Yeah. But it's a really fun modern spin on that. It's developed by the Blasphemous team, whose games I really like. Very good. It seems quite short. I haven't finished it yet, but I've gotten like half the achievements on Steam, and I've only played it for like 2 hours. Every level has like optional side stuff. So I think this is a kind of, you can get to the end of the story in like 4 hours, but if you're a sicko, you could probably play this game for like 20, getting all the optional stuff. It's cool. It's fun. If you're looking for a nice, challenging 2D side scroller, I would definitely stick it on your list. But yeah, haven't finished just yet. Except for the games. No games for you, Paul?
I'm still just playing Death Stranding, but with everything this week, I've been a little busy to play it. And I am kind of just out of the tutorial area, but I haven't done too much yet.
Okay.
But I'm enjoying it.
What about our various other guffs here before we wrap up?
I've got a bit of a cultural medley.
Excellent.
So I finished a book, So Long, See You Tomorrow by William Maxwell, which was a Christmas present from Michelle. It's kind of a semi-autobiographical novella set in 1920s sort of rural Illinois about the author's kind of childhood and a specific incident that happened about a neighbor who was murdered. Really, really good book. I mean, it's I'd never heard of it before, but it is kind of listed in a lot of like top 100, top 50 most influential, most important kind of books. So certainly an acclaimed book. But really, like the first half is quite slow. It takes its time. It's establishing a lot of details, and then suddenly it switches halfway through from the author's perspective to jumps between the perspective of lots of different people kind of in the story, and suddenly just really picks up pace and becomes quite affecting and quite kind of melancholy, looking back at memories. So I really enjoyed it. It was a really, really good read. Left me feeling very wistful at the end. So that's all a good book can do.
Yeah.
Speaking of wistful, for 1 week only, I brought back Album of the Week in honor of Ozzy Osbourne. I listened to Paranoid by Black Sabbath. Not too familiar with their work. I always kind of assumed they were a bit of that kind of Spinal Tap, like Saxon style, slightly silly, British kind of heavy metal bands, but they're not. They're actually bloody brilliant. So I listened to Paranoid, which I think probably their most well-known album, I think.
Yeah.
Which features Paranoid, the single, which I'm sure everyone would know if you know any of their songs. Also Iron Man, which is a bloody great song. Kind of a conceptual song about a big Iron Man. It seems like I don't know if this was intended. I kind of took it as very much like a kind of an analogy for like a soldier or for like war. I don't know if that's because the previous song is War Pigs, which is all about
also kind
of an anti-war song, but not a peace song, but an anti-war song. Like a very angry anti-war song.
Right.
So those are both really good. And then I think there's Planet Caravan, which is a much kind of quieter, like thoughtful kind of song, which I wasn't really expecting. And then the rest of the album, very, very good as well. So yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. Really, really good. Really good album. And then on Friday night, went to see a play, the old theatre, a play called Goodnight Oscar, starring Sean Hayes from Will and Grace. He kind of played like the comical
from classic 2012 movie The Three Stooges.
Yes, that's right, Sean Hayes. So he was very, very good. He plays a real life person, kind of a pianist called Oscar. I forget his surname now, but quite a sort of famous pianist who's also had a lot of mental and sort of abuse problems. But it's kind of a virtuoso performance. He is the star of the show very much. It's a 7-person play, but he was like the main star. When he came out, he got a huge pop, huge round of applause. Everyone was there to see him. And then he kind of finishes it with this piano solo playing Rhapsody in Blue by Gershwin. And he actually plays the piano as well. And it was fantastic. Like he was really nailed it and got a huge standing ovation for this at the end. So yeah, really good. It was nice. And it was an 80-minute play with no interval. That's a big thumbs up from me as well. That was enjoyable. Yeah. And really, really good. So I think I was on in London for another couple of months. So very enjoyable. Very enjoyable.
And you didn't listen to Hulk Rules, no?
Who's that?
The Hulksters musical album.
Who's he?
What was he from? I don't know, some dead fella or something.
Oh no, that sounds rubbish.
Hulkster in Heaven. We were just talking about that last week.
Oh yeah.
I've never listened to the song. Ironically, Hulkster in Heaven. I have to imagine it's absolute dreck.
No, don't do that.
Why not? It probably is. The song is probably
that little Hulkamaniac up in heaven.
Oh,
come on.
Hogan.
whatever about Hogan. I mean, look, fair enough. Wembley, come on. Yeah.
Wembley. That kid who definitely existed. Oh, it's time to look at the artwork.
I like that we did multiple Simpsons references during that segment, but we didn't actually do that one. That was a little bonus.
True.
Excellent. And with that, the show comes to its conclusion. Oh my goodness, a fun one. All right, thanks very much, gents, for hosting this with me. I won't be here for the next 2 weeks.
No,
I got some shit. I got to talk about it. I'll talk about it later. That the Battlefield open beta is on, and I want to get in there and play a little bit of that. I gotta level my guy up and get guns. Yeah. So I won't be here because I'm tying the knot and all that, and then going away on holiday after that. So the boys will be holding the fort for me here.
Oh, Footy Radio returns.
Footy Radio back.
Footy Radio.
Is football back next week?
It is.
No. Is it? Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, what a weird coincidence.
What perfect timing. There you go. That's what I'm actually doing, by the way. I'm in the footy now. I'm a player. We will, and then, so the boys will be holding the fort here for 2 weeks, and then I'll be back after that. ChairShotPodcast.com is where you go to send us an email. Check out the Fantasy League standings in real time, also on there.
And the donate button, even more importantly.
And a donate button as well. Alrighty. Thanks very much for listening, folks. It's farewell from me. It's goodbye from Paul.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from Joe.
Goodbye.